Hi everyone, it's Lindy here, lead singer from the Telling Band. Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to episode 2 of our COVID-19 countdown. So for this, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background information about myself, where I came from and how I ended up to be where I am now with the Telling Band. So singing is something I've always done. I've done it for as long as I can remember. My earliest memory, I suppose, is probably when I was about 4 years of age, standing on a stage in a little cowgirl outfit in front of a big crowd and singing my heart out and just loving every minute of it. So I think that kind of stuck. I think the theme kind of stuck for a while as well, because for years and years after, everywhere I went, I remember I sang Patsy Cline Crazy. Everywhere I went, whether it was Dublin or Courtown or Mosney or maybe once in Santa Ponsa, but everywhere I went, it would be Patsy Cline Crazy that I would sing. So my mum would have been a Patsy Cline fan. She would have also liked Mary Black and Dolores Keane, Frances Black, all them singers. So that would have been played in my house a bit as a child. My dad would have been like Eric Clapton kind of singer-songwriter fan. So I was introduced to that kind of thing from a young age. My mum can hold a tune. She can definitely sing. My dad, very talented, very talented. He can play piano, guitar, accordion, harmonica, things like that. He's kind of shy. That might need a few beers in him before you'd see him perform, but very, very talented. So music was around me quite a bit growing up. I was always doing something as a kid, whether it be musicals or dancing or singing of some sort, or I even did a bit of acting over the years as a kid. And then the first cover band I was in, I was about 17 or 18, and a girl came up to me in a pub in a competition. Paula, hi Paula, if you're watching, and asked me if I'd be interested in being in a band, and I was delighted. I was young and excited, and it was a 70s tribute band called Disco Inferno. So from then on, I was always in cover bands. I actually studied graphic design, worked as a photographer for a while, but I always had the bands on the side. I always had the music on the side. I suppose I covered the whole spectrum from small pubs in Cavan to castles in Sligo. Probably covered the whole spectrum there, and I even lived in Tenerife for a while, sang over there. Did a little stint in Tenerife, that was great crack. My first original band was actually a rock band. So I've always been drawn to rock. The lads are watching. Ron, Andy, Bill. Hello, hope you're keeping well. Lads from Codell. Yeah, so that was good. That was a bit of crack as well. So because my experience with music has been very varied, my influences and taste is very varied too. Obviously there was the early country there, a bit of that. And then I was a teenager in the 90s, and there was a lot of dance music around and that kind of thing. And although it was good, I liked it. I was more drawn to the music of the 80s, and particularly like early 80s. So Bonnie Tyler, Heart, that kind of thing. Songs you could sing. And then obviously from singing, then I was drawn even further back to like big singers like Etta James, Rita Franklin, all the big singers. So I like songs that you can sing, and then later on there was obviously Arctic Monkeys, Evanescence. I think Amy Lee's amazing. This is quite a wide span of artists that I'd like. If I had to pick one thing that I feel I bring to the telling, it would be big melodies, lyrics and big melodies. I like to challenge myself, and I like when something is presented to me or we have an idea, I like to try and get the melody to go somewhere. So I'll challenge myself and my voice, and that's what I try to do. So how I ended up with the telling was actually a Facebook post. I was taken away with a cover band and doing my own little bits on the side here and there, but I wanted a band. I wanted to be in an original band. So I came across an ad looking for a singer lyricist, and I thought I could do that. Sent a message, and Shane sent me over 3 tracks, just the tracks with no vocal melody and no lyrics. And I listened to them, and one immediately jumped out at me, and the track was titled Summerfield. When I listened to the music, it immediately brought me back to being young in fields, and there was an innocence about the song, so it was like a first love sort of setting, And it was nearly like there was a music video playing in my head as I was listening to the song. I wrote the lyrics nearly from memories that were playing out in my mind as I listened to the music. So this one definitely struck a chord with me. So I spent a bit of time on the lyrics, and I sent them back over. I was really nervous. Sending them back over because obviously this was their baby. I hadn't done anything like this before for someone else. And I think I said in the email when I was replying with the track, with my vocal down and the copy of the lyrics, I think I said, it's okay if you hate it. It's all right if you hate it. You know, you can tell me. But they didn't. And they liked it. And then we collaborated. We had 3 more tracks, I think, before we met. And then when we met up, we did our few rehearsals, and that was in the January when I first applied, and then in the October of 2019 we had the gig, our first gig as the telling, and the rest is history. So that's all from me. Tune into our next episode to hear a bit more about what goes on behind the scenes. I hope to see you all soon. Stay safe. Bye.